Correct. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good evening and welcome to our May Middle School Council meeting. This is the last Middle School Council meeting for the year, but our work and the PTA is not over at all. So we have still a lot of stuff to do before we can close the books on 2023. We have a lot to share with you tonight, a full agenda. And you will find on the email that I sent out with the Zoom links and everything, there are a long list of important dates. Please take a look at these and put them on your calendar. A lot of these events are things you don't want to miss. Among the things you don't want to miss are the Middle School Spring Social, which is this Friday evening. There are some tickets that are still available in the membership toolkit. It's going to be a gorgeous night. There will be some great food and great drinks and of course a DJ. So I hope to see all of you there. On Friday, May 26th is the Middle School Field Day. The athletic department does a fantastic job of creating a fun day for our kids, but we need some parent help in order to set up and to serve some lunch. There is a sign-up genius in the email that I sent out tonight. So please, if you can sign up, we'd love to get your help. And as you probably know, Memorial Day in Bronxville is celebrated in the most amazing, wonderful way. Our Memorial Day committee has put together some fantastic events, and among them are some great opportunities for middle school students to volunteer. There is a sign-up genius also in the email, and if you can take a look and sign up your student, your child rather, if it works for you, that would be great. So thank you all for joining us. I want to jump right into our agenda. It's a packed one tonight, and we will kick it off as always with Dr. Rachel Kelly. Dr. Kelly?
Thank you, Deirdre. Good evening, everybody. And it's so nice to see so many middle school students here this evening. We look forward to everything you have to say. So I will be brief. I just wanted to thank the community for coming out so overwhelmingly yesterday. Over 1,000 votes casted for our budget next year. And it resulted in like a 4.6 to 1 margin of yeses. So I think that's a resounding support for what the educators and staff do every day here. And we continue to be humbled by your support and really allowing us to do what we love to do. So thank you. And I very much look forward to seeing all of you. We have a ton of celebrations coming up. We've got athletes and playoffs. We have some amazing performances. Yesterday's art festival was incredible. The performing arts, it was quite some talent. So thank you for supporting all of that. We have 2 new board members that were elected to the Board of Education, Sarah Kenny and Christina Skinner. So we look forward to working with them through their first term. And we're deeply grateful to both Michael Finley and Jennifer Russo, who are retiring after serving with such wisdom and dedication over these past 2 terms. Both propositions also passed yesterday. The proposition to have at-large voting for board elections moving forward, which means people who are interested in running for the board no longer have to choose a seat of a retiring board member, but rather it is at large, and those who receive the most votes will win the election. And then the other proposition that passed, which we are very pleased about, is getting rid of the cap, eliminating the cap for our capital reserve fund, which will allow us to put surplus funds into there and hopefully will then result in not having to take out as big a bond as we think about our next capital project. So again, huge shout out to this community. I wouldn't want to do this anywhere else. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly. A lot of updates there. Next up, we have a principal's update from Mr. Mercora, who I believe has some very special guests tonight.
Thank you so much, Deirdre, and good evening, everyone. And thank you so much for being here tonight with us. And we have some wonderful students here. I'm just going to share my screen for a quick second here. And I'm really honored to be here tonight at our final PTA meeting. I can't believe it's our final council meeting. And we're going to go out really strong with some wonderful presenters tonight. They are truly a fine representation of our student body. They are certainly continuing to, as our students are moving towards that Bronxville promise, leading, engaging the world, innovating, thinking critically, and they are fine examples of the promise in action. These are our all-stars, some of our representatives of our all-star students, and they're going to speak to you about some recent events. I figure what better update to get about a school than from the kids that go to the school. So here, we're going to just start it right off. We have representation here from 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. And someone who I knew as a 5th grader playing on the recess field and outrunning a lot of students, boys and girls, is Megan McBrien. Megan is certainly someone that is so proud of the transition she made right here to our middle school. And it was one of those many cast members and behind the scenes crew members that blew us away at the recent Lion King performance. So Megan, if you want to speak a little bit about that, the floor is now yours. If you want to unmute.
Thank you. So during the Lion King performance, it was a big opportunity as a 6th grader to be young Simba, and it really meant a lot. It also brought me closer to people I didn't really know at first, so it created a lot of friendships, and it definitely made me more confident in myself. It was a lot of fun because we got to do a lot of funny dance moves and some really, really nice musicals. And I really look forward to next year's. Miss Simpson really helped us by encouraging us to push farther. And even though she may not be like, sorry, she's really nice and she really pushed all of us to go for what we wanted. And yeah, there was a lot of fun music, and it all leads up from the auditions to the play time. And we did all of that in a month, so it was a really big performance, and we put a lot of hard work into it.
And we were so proud of you, Megan, and everyone there that took part in that performance. And I'm hearing from you that you're going to be auditioning again as we have future musicals next year.
Yep.
Looking forward to it, Megan. Thank you, Megan. We're so
Thank
proud
you.
of you. And I just want to always give a shout out. Megan and I were talking also about all the behind the scenes work with the crew that goes into that. So we wanted to make sure that they got a little shout out tonight too. Thank you so much, Megan.
Thank you.
And then moving forward now, we have some 7th grade all-stars that are with us. And to those of you that were able to catch our previous board meeting, Cullen and Alexandra got up and really spoke about that Bronx River research. And we were so impressed that we wanted to invite them to this meeting as well and record it so that they could share their what they've been doing all year. And that. So take it away, Cullen and Alexandra.
Good evening. My name is Cullen Krause, and I'm in Miss Zopp's 7th grade science class.
Hi, I'm Alexandra, and I'm Mr. Tati's 7th grade science class. Tonight, we're going to talk to you about our research trips to the Bronx River.
Recently, some high school students who also study the Bronx River came and presented to our class about some problems with the river. We learned that there is a storm drain that got contaminated with sewage and is flowing into the Bronx River. It was supposed to be sealed, but the seal has broken. This wastewater makes the living conditions for the organisms and creatures that live in the river more challenging.
In my class, we were shown examples of river erosion and learned how to identify the erosion by looking at photos and seeing if they had signs like exposed tree roots or terrestrial plants. We were also taught that many human influences like concrete and trash deeply affected the rivers and their ecosystem around it. It gave me and my classmates insight on human influences on rivers, and also to see how ecosystems around us are affected by river erosion.
Hearing directly from the high school students about something that we are also studying in middle school highlights something really special about our school, that we are a K through 12 school and all in one building. The high schoolers guiding us around their research spots along the Bronx River. They taught us about some of the tools they use to study the water and some of the specific topics they're researching. It allowed us to be more collaborative with them and ask questions about their experiences.
Furthermore, having our K through 12 building allows us to build upon and teaches information to younger students. When we learn from the high schoolers, we as the younger students can take this information and build upon it, learning our own methods from the high schoolers. We can then teach this to younger students and create a chain of great information that allows the students to learn from their older peers, as well as make their own connections and experiences along the way.
At the river, the high schooler guiding us told us about some of his experiences, including a time when he and some of his classmates caught a fish and brought it back to the school for further studies. He showed us more about how they use leaf bags, which are bags full of leaves and rocks that we sink to the bottom of the river to catch microvertebrates. It was exciting to know that the high school students do similar research to what we were doing in middle school.
When my class was at the river, we learned about an invasive plant called Japanese knotweed. We learned about the dangers of invasive plants and how they take vital nutrients that other plants could use to thrive. We also learned how to identify it by looking at the leaves and the height of the plant. Its extremely fast growth rate and very complex roots makes it harder to remove from an ecosystem. This year, groups of students learned how to remove it from knotweed in order to help the ecosystem. Other groups used tools to pick up trash from the river.
The Bronx River is a really special ecosystem right in our own backyard. Because our school is so close to it, it gives us a special opportunity to do meaningful research. I really enjoy this work and I'm glad it will continue as I move into high school.
Adding on to Cullen, having something like a whole river with the ecosystem constantly changing right next to us could be very beneficial to the younger minds of our elementary students. It exposes our younger students to a new environment that could be studied for years. With so many different topics to learn about, the Bronx River is truly a special place that expands upon our school's topics to learn from. Our work helps to improve our community's access and enjoyment of the river.
Thank you for having us tonight and letting us share our experiences.
And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cullen and Alexandra, for your incredible presentation. And actually, just to give a little shout out, the middle school students right now with Ms. Zopp are working on putting together a little sustainability expo for the end of the year, and hopefully invite our elementary school students to enjoy upon that, and also some of our parents as well. So thank you for all the work that you're doing and your teachers are doing. And thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Okay, guys? And then moving forward, we have seventh grader Caroline Ryan, who's with us tonight. And Caroline's actually going to speak about two wonderful topics that came up and that we experienced as a whole school community. The first one being our incredible international fair. And Caroline is in one of the pictures there with her mom. So Caroline, I'm going to turn it over to you and you can start off with this.
Okay, thank you. Hi, my name is Caroline Ryan and I'm in the 7th grade. Mr. Makora asked me to speak a little today about my experience at this year's International Fair and about the 7th grade Girl Scouts anti-bullying campaign. On Friday, April 28th, the PTA's DEI committee organized an international fair at the Bronxville School. There were 39 countries represented and over 400 people attended. My mom and I had a table representing Ireland. We handed out homemade soda bread along with Irish butter and jam. We also handed out Irish chocolate and Tato crisps. I was very proud to share my heritage with others, and my favorite part was putting the stickers on kids' passports. I loved visiting all the different countries represented at the International Fair because I learned a lot and had a lot of fun while doing so. So the 7th grade Bronxville Girl Scout troop has been busy preparing for our anti-bullying awareness project. Our group will be presenting to the elementary school tomorrow in a fun and engaging manner. We hope to prevent bullying in the Bronxville school by stopping it at a young age. Thank you for allowing me to speak today.
Caroline, thank you so much. And I want to just point out that this anti-bullying campaign is something that was very self-directed by these girls themselves. They had learned about it as part of their troop, but they also continued to bring it here as we were talking about it at the beginning of the school year, talking about the DASA rule and law and everything. And they felt that they could do something to even help our younger students deal with this topic. And I'm just so proud of them. They made appointments on their own to meet with myself. They then followed up with appointments with the elementary school administration team, and they've set this whole thing up. And it's just a typical and wonderful example of the students of the middle school and what they can do and what they're capable of. So thank you, and looking forward to seeing that presentation and bring it to those elementary school students. Thank you. And last but not least, something I did mention at a previous meeting, but better to have the two students involved now that they're at the national level here in terms of their work. We have Emerson. We have our wonderful Emerson and Amelia here today, who's going to talk about their National History Day experience. And so we'll turn it right over to our wonderful 8th graders. Go ahead, girls.
Okay, so my name's Amelia. I recently participated in the New York State History Day competition, and a little bit of an overview on what that is. It's basically you get to choose a topic within a theme. This year it was Frontiers in History, and you really get to do a deep dive into this theme. And so for my National History Day project, I chose to do Kodak and the early Brownie cameras. And I feel that I have not only learned so much about my topic, but I've also learned about how to properly conduct historical research, something that is, it's really something that you wouldn't imagine from reading a textbook. It's something completely different, but I've also been very much enjoying it.
Yeah, my name's Emerson, and I also competed in this New York State competition. Me and Amelia are advancing to the national level, and I feel like this experience has been actually really fun for me. Our social studies teacher, Ms. Rydell, introduced NHD to the middle school for the first time this year, and it's just been a really great experience. I feel like when you do this sort of research, you get a really close connection to your topic, and I've learned a lot of skills that I wouldn't have been able to learn normally in regular social studies, and it's just been really fun.
And you've made us very proud of you and the courage to take a chance and get into this history. They were up against teams that had 16 and 20 students. And when it came time to announce the finalists, there was, when they yelled out Bronxville, everybody went crazy. So we're so happy and so proud of Emerson and Amelia. I just can't wait to see what all of our 8th graders are going to do. And these are two great examples as they move forward to high school. So thank you for sharing that. And as a former history teacher, I know I personally was very warmed inside with your accomplishment, your achievement. So continue to take those chances, take those risks, and get in those competitions, and we'll back you up and support you in any way we can. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Bye. So
now that the really fun people are presented, I'm just going to try to not even follow that up and just say that it's been a wonderful end of the year here as we're going. We have a lot to still do. I think, Deirdre, you summed it up best. We may be at the end of the year, but there's still a lot going on. What we've been trying to do is just kind of communicate that to you as best we can in our weekly newsletters. We're trying to give you a little end of year countdown as we're going along. I want to thank all the parents that have already reached out to me about being a part of our 5th grade parent orientation meeting. We're excited about that. We've begun meeting with the kids about, being our ambassadors, and we have some great events planned in June for our incoming 5th graders that include everything from tours to teaching them how to open and close their locks. A big shout out to Mr. Vaglica and Miss Adams, the assistant principal and principal of our elementary school, for teaming up with us on that, and Miss Jeremiah, the team leader of the 5th grade. So we're really going to open some paths real early for our incoming 6th graders. We have a lot going on. We have the Challenger trip. We have our concerts that we're really looking forward to. Again, we have a final exam schedule that's going to come out to you next week at the latest. So you'll be able to plan your end of year activities as well as families, and I know vacations as well. We look forward to the students taking on that challenge of the Algebra Regents. We have a thank you so much Teen Center. Looking forward to being at that on June 20th. And again, we'll culminate the whole year with our moving up ceremony on June 22nd. And it's been a wonderful ride here this year at Bronxville Middle School, and we're looking forward to making it right to the end here. We had a great 8th grade trip to Williamsburg. Here's just some photos that tried to capture that a little bit for you. It's been so much fun getting to know this 8th grade, very special to me on a personal level. I really, again, say what I say about our 2 presenters this evening. This is an 8th grade that has unlimited potential. They've been through some things and they've really come through it with incredible resilience and strength. And they're going to really go to that high school and do amazing things. The nice thing about Bronxville, as opposed to other middle schools, is that I don't have to say goodbye to them and I don't have to worry about not seeing them anymore. I get to see them in the hallways and see them at lunch and see them and continue watching their journey and cheering them on as they move forward. So they had a great experience there, and so did I. A big shout out to all of our artists in residence who put on an incredible art show, and our art teacher, Ms. Diarco, for just the hard work that was done in the Art Council. It was so wonderful seeing the work on display behind the scenes here, just watching it all come alive and come to be. And last night's show was incredible. The performances were incredible as well. And thank you so much to the Art Council for all of their hard work with that. And on a personal level, just as finishing up here, I want to thank you all for a wonderful year as your principal. I'm really excited about the end of this year, super excited about next year and continuing to work in the journey that we've begun together. And my last word just wants to be to Deirdre, and to thank her for incredible leadership of our council and the executive council that worked with us all this year. It was a very special group of people, and their support was incredible. And looking forward to it. And big shout out to Wendy, our incoming council chair, and looking forward to continuing working with Wendy as well. So thanks very much. I'll take any questions anyone has. And as you know, if you don't want to ask any questions in this, you can always email me and we'll follow up with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe. That was lovely. Next up, we have Katrina Ney from the Bronxville School Foundation with some important updates.
Yeah, thanks, Deirdre. Hi, everyone. Between the student speakers and Mr. McCour's exciting updates about everything that's going on, that is a tough act to follow, but I'll try my best here with our update, which is that we are happy to report that the Foundation Board approved a really wonderful slate of spring grant requests from administrators, faculty, parents, and students. The grants are subject to Board of Education approval, but we're really thrilled with the array of initiatives in the arts, athletics, and many academic disciplines across our elementary, middle, and high schools. Thank you to all the applicants for their really wonderfully innovative ideas. Also, many thanks to all of you who have supported the Foundation's community drive this year. These grants would not be possible without the generosity of our school families. For those of you who have not yet donated, the Foundation's fiscal year ends on June 30th. We hope you'll consider making a gift by mail or through the Foundation website at bronxvilleschoolfoundation.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Katrina. We're going to jump right into a couple of council reports, some stuff really happening in these areas. If Annabella is on, I'd like her to give the Be Well update. Annabella?
Good evening, everybody. Hello, nice to see you all. So on behalf of the PTA's Be Well Committee, I'd like to let you know that we're super excited to bring back renowned New York Times bestselling author Julie Lithcott-Haynes. Julie presented to parents in 2020 thanks to Deirdre's resourcefulness and the ladies at Be Well. And now she's coming back. She presented to the high schoolers this Wednesday on her new book, How to Be an Adult. And next Wednesday, she'll be presenting to us parents on Zoom at 7 p.m. So I ask that you please mark your calendars and see if you can attend this Zoom next Wednesday, May 24th at 7 p.m. And so we're super excited about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Annabella. Next up, we have an update from Character and Community with Denise Mulvihill. Denise.
Okay, hi. So I'm sure everybody on this Zoom is aware of what Character and Community does. We create community service opportunities for middle school students, and we've been doing it all year. And we are looking to have some new members on our committee, and we will have a coffee next Thursday at 9:45 at Bronxville Coffee House. We welcome your ideas. We welcome your volunteer time. You can, chaperone one event, or you can plan something. Really, anything goes. And we'll send out an email too with a reminder about that event next week. That's it.
Great. Thanks so much, Denise. I love Character and Community. You're doing such great things. Next up, 8th grade. A lot happening with this grade. Alana?
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Deirdre. The 8th grade chairs are trying to make the end of the year as memorable as possible for our middle school graduates. We're planning a graduation party for the students at the Bronxville Field Club after the moving up ceremony. If you're curious about the timing, as I was, why we have it that very night, the reason it's held is so they all have some place to go after they graduate and no one feels left out of different parties around town. I love that sentiment that there's one place where everyone can come together. We have student volunteers from the grade who are going to help us with party planning, because who knows better than they do what will be fun for them. So if you have a son or daughter who wants to join that student committee, let us know. We'd love it. We're also collaborating with the 7th grade chairs to add special details to the actual graduation ceremony. And we're planning a yearbook signing event during a school day where they hopefully will get their class t-shirts as well. Finally, we're all so grateful, speaking of special, to Mr. Mercora and Mr. Agnello and all the heroic chaperones who took our kids to Boston and Williamsburg over the past, I think it all happened in a month, basically, Joe. So they were such gifts to our kids, and we all feel deeply grateful. And Deirdre, thank you so much to you too for your leadership throughout the year. That's all I got.
Thank you, Alana. Next up, we have Teen Center. Melissa Kelly?
Hi. Yes, hello. Okay, so we have 2 more teen centers remaining. We have 6th and 7th grade. They are both going to be on June 20th. That is a Tuesday. The 6th grade will be from 3 to 4:30 p.m. and the 7th grade will be from 5 to 6:30. They will both be outside, so we're kind of thinking beautiful weather. The kids can stretch out and they don't have to be in that, they've been in all winter. We're going to have a scavenger hunt, inflatable obstacle course, all these very cool games that we really think they will be excited about. They will both be on Hayes Field. And actually now the volunteer routine will be through Membership Toolkit. It has been Sign Up Genius in the past, but now we've figured out a way to do this through MTK, which is, we think, going to be a little bit more of an efficient process.
All right. Thanks so much, Melissa. Looking forward to those 2 teen centers. Next up, we have a PTA update from Amy Krause.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to come on and quickly say thank you to Deirdre, Joe, and Rachel, and all of the parents on the Middle School Council who have made this year so special. Truly, everyone has worked tirelessly. I also wanted to thank the parent body for all of the support you have given the PTA this year. This is our first full year out of COVID, and we're back up and running and providing all of our regular programming and then some. And that wouldn't be possible, clearly, without all of you. I wish you all a wonderful rest of the school year. Thanks, Deirdre.
Thank you, Amy. Next up, we have the official passing of the baton, where I introduce your next middle school chair, the very wonderful Wendy Fahey. Wendy, the Zoom is yours.
Thank you. And I really cannot thank you enough, Deirdre, for all of the middle school parents. And I'm sure the faculty and staff would agree. You've done an incredible job of, leading us all this year. And it's not over yet, though. I mean, it kind of is for you, but, and we are really looking forward to having you continue with the PTA next year in your new role. So, thank you. And I'm just very quickly, I'm very excited to have this opportunity to be the middle school chair next year, to work with Joe and Rachel, all the teachers and all the parents to make sure that it's the best experience possible for our kids. I also wanted to share my part of my executive committee. And so that will be Lansing Martinelli will be my vice chair next year. And Lindy Devereaux is staying on as treasurer, and Joyce Barnes is staying on as secretary. There are plenty of opportunities if people are still interested in joining one of the middle school executive council committees, which includes character and community, teen center, Be Well. Some of them are committees like sustainability that are committees on their own, but you can also be a middle school rep. So if you are interested in any of those, please send an email to me, or if you're just interested in volunteering for the middle school and not quite sure what you want to do, I'm happy to find something for you to do to be involved. And I guess lastly, I just want to wish everybody, I mean, it's not the end of the school year yet, but since this is our last meeting, I hope everyone has a great rest of your school year and a great summer. And I'm really looking forward to working with everyone next year. So thank you, Deirdre, and really thank you very much for everything.
Thank you, Wendy. This middle school is in great hands. So that is our meeting for tonight. I hope to see you either at Memorial Day, at the social, or on the field at field day, or at the observing the rest of the art stuff that's going on. There's so many things happening around town. Thank you again for your time tonight and for your attention, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.
Night, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, Deirdre.
Thanks, Joe.
Take care.
Bye.